and deserved, and deserved, and deserved. Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today I will be reacting to Bloodhounds episode 3. So y'all, we left on a cliffhanger, okay? We left on a cliffhanger last episode, and I ain't even gonna get into what I think is gonna happen next. I'm gonna just let this show speak for itself, y'all, okay? Because that's what we gonna have to do. We're gonna have to let the show speak for itself here, okay? But yes, so we're gonna get straight into it here. So if you are watching this video on YouTube, do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And also don't forget to give this video a good thumbs up because that helps with the algorithm, helps the video get out to more people. And if you are watching this on Patreon, thank you so much for being a patron. And right now we're gonna get into the patron shout out, okay? So the first, we have 4 patron shout outs. So the first patron shout out will go out to Keisha L. And then the second patron shout out will go out to MK Han. The third patron shout out will go out to Dia or Dea, it's spelled D-E-A. And then the final and fourth patron shout out will go out to Renaya Shannon. Thank y'all so much for your support. It really does mean the world to me. And without further ado, y'all, we is going to get into Bloodhounds episode 3. And we're gonna see what it do. We're gonna see what it do. We're gonna see what it do, y'all. We're just gonna see what it's gonna do, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. We're just gonna see what it's gonna do. We're gonna see what it's giving for the people, for the girls and the guys. We'll see what it's giving. Okay, so let's get into it.
알겠죠?
아니 근데 그게 너무 크게 다치셔서 저희가 어쩔 수가 없었어요.
아는 사람도 아닌데 왜 날
근데 저희가
I mean, what kind of person is she? She said you don't even know the guy.
어떻게?
That's an elder in your community. It don't matter if I know you or not. If I see younger people beating up on older people, and then they start bleeding from the beat up, why wouldn't you call cops? The ambulance? Like what? This girl ain't making sense.
라고 우리가 왜 사과를 해야 되는 거야?
전혀 이거 우리 첫 번째 작업이잖아. 현주는 현장에 없었으니까 공감하기 어려울 거라고. 아직 서로에 대해서 잘 모르는 상황에서 일어난 거니까 서로 오해할 수 있는 부분에 대해서
단 대표가 칼로 그었어요. 사람이 죽어가는데 가만히 있으면 나는 그 대표보다 더 나쁜 놈이에요.
He's so innocent. I love this man. He's just so innocent and precious. They're so dorky. You can't help but like them.
맞아요.
Oh wow.
보통정 하나에 5천?
Damn.
10개 빼시면 5억.
500 million. That's ridiculous.
최소 반년.
Mm-hmm. They gonna try to rob
형이
him.
여기를 알아요.
They shouldn't, but they gonna try.
우리가 여기랑 연결됐다.
달면 개인 사채꾼들을 이웃밭처럼 힘없는 사람들 더 협박하고 쥐어짤 수밖에 없어요. 그럼 할아버지가 돈 없는 사람들 도와주는 거 아무 소용 없어요. 할아버지 돈이 걔들 주머니에 들어가는 거라고요.
아니 그 대표가 김영길이 진짜 알아봐 주세요. 예.
No, he knows him. I bet that man used to work under him. Y'all, this ain't cute. This ain't cute at all.
말이 짧다?
아니 보고서 이거 힙합이네 라고 말할 때 모든 걸 말하는 거랑 비슷한 거야. 이건 형언할 수가 없어.
서운할 수가.
Not him using the fact that Korean rappers specifically, South Korean rappers, be saying that's hip hop. Like, I would just like let y'all know that whatever's like somebody says that, oh, that's his hip hop. It's not. Cause I'm like, I follow some Korean rappers, but some of them don't know what hip hop really means. They'll just be saying everything is hip hop, and it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. And some of the rappers ain't even really rappers. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But I'm just like, everything is not hip hop. Can't be. Like, because, like, it'll just be like the term that's hip hop in South Korea or this is hip hop. It's just really not it. As a black person, knowing that black people, specifically black people in the diaspora, started hip hop, and knowing how long like it's only been around for a couple of decades. It hasn't been 100 years of hip hop yet. It's still a very new genre, but how we've been able to take it to a plateau to where it's a worldwide phenomenon. But like the way that they'll say that, oh, that's hip hop and this is hip hop, they be saying like the way I do my hair, like this with locks, even though they're faux locks, is hip hop. It's not. This is black culture, but it is not hip hop. And I'm like, because hip hop, it is inspired by black culture, but everything that has to do with black culture is not hip hop. And that's where the consensus kind of doesn't make sense. And I'm like, yeah, nah. Hip hop in its original form was an act of resistance against white supremacy. That's what hip hop is. It was black people's way of saying, we're not going to conform with how European Americans want us to act and how they want us to be, to try to mold us in their image. And we are going to embrace our culture, celebrate our culture, elevate our voices about what's going on within the community, and resist against systemic systems of oppression. That's what hip hop is. And that's it, and that's all. That's why I can't really get with certain South Korean rappers that call themselves rappers, because y'all don't really get anything. You are just listening to the music without having any kind of knowledge of the history of the people who made and are inspiring and created the genre. It's way more than just hair, clothes, and makeup. That's all superficial. It's way more than that. It's about overcoming racism, strength in the midst of a lot of turmoil. And if you're not about that life, you don't really get it. It's not for everybody to get. And I'm like, yeah. Because, and then rap can be very fun and very loose at times. But those are the origins of hip hop and rap. And I'm like, and the fact that that is a saying in Korea is it really needs to stop. They need to dead it. Because everything can't be hip hop, because everything is just not. So, a lot of things can be inspired by black people who created hip hop, but those are like, let's call it a spade, y'all. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to add my 2 cents into it, because like I've heard that a lot, and I'm just like, that makes no sense. Especially as a black person growing up in America, where hip hop originated. I'm like, even though it originated on the East Coast, I'm like, yeah, that's not hip hop at all, y'all. Y'all are just saying it's hip hop whenever black people are involved. And I'm like, nah. Because every black person, can't be called hip hop. Like every aspects of black culture can't just be degraded down to, oh, it's hip hop. Or like not degraded down, or just watered down to it's hip hop. That just doesn't make sense. We have a diaspora of black people, and if you're not familiar with the word diaspora is, I would recommend looking it up. Okay? Because there's black people on damn near every continent and in every country that speak many different languages. And to just try to say that all black people of the diaspora of black people could just be muddled down to one thing is really ridiculous. And it just shows cultural ignorance where there needs to be education and intelligence put in. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But I just noticed that, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not it. That's like me watering down Korean people to just K-pop and I-Go. Like, that would be so ridiculous to do, because that doesn't represent all Korean people. What I was like, oh yeah, Korea, that's K-pop. That's K-pop. And just said it about everything that was connected to South Korea and the Korean culture. Oh yeah, that's K-pop. Oh, that's K-pop. That's K-pop. That's K-pop. You know how dumb that would make me sound, and uneducated and not knowing the history of Korea, to say that a genre that is very new encompasses everything about Korean culture when it can't. That's how it sounds when South Korean people say, oh, that's hip hop, about everything having to do with black people. Yeah, like that's probably like the best example I could give. But yeah. So I just thought I added my 2 cents onto that little conversation because it's long overdue.
내가 돈 없어서 못 배웠던 거 다 하게 해줬어. 검도도 배우고 오토바이도 배우고.
오늘 비밀 예약해서 실컷 놀게 하고 그걸 가는 건 몰래 집어넣을 거야. 그런 다음 우리 현금 충분해지면 장도가 호텔에서 불법 도박한 증거들 경찰한테 넘겨.
Why would you get out of the car? That would make no sense. What's wrong with him? Oh, okay. He was one of his employees. Oh. He kept his money with him, y'all. Did you see that mountain of cash he got in there? He ain't playing. He don't got no money in that safe. Dude. These men are stupid as heck. Why would you steal from him when he's giving you your pay plus severance? You know how many bosses don't do that? They're just being unnecessarily greedy right now. Trying to steal from him. When he's made sure you're paid fairly and on time, it don't really make no sense. Oh, wow. Oh, and deserved. And deserved. And deserved. He's really trying to kill him over money? Like, y'all, it don't make no sense. You doing all this for some money? All it is, drama and theatrics, stabbing people, robbing people, all for some money? Capitalism should not have you in a chokehold like this, that you're willing to commit criminal acts against people who have done you no wrong. Now, I could see if this was like a person who had done you wrong, like this employer never paid you nothing, just said that we're closing the business, and they said, good luck out there, and gave you no money, no severance pay, no check. You was just $0.00. You was out. But this man offered to give you not only your monthly pay, your regular pay, even though the business is closing, but also to give you severance pay. And you out here trying to rob him, and now you're trying to kill him for money you didn't earn? This man is crazy. He crazy. Oh, yeah, that's what he did. Oh. You didn't succeed. Wow. So this man saved him. He went through all that, got stabbed
생각은 좀 해보셨어요?
in his chest and in his back, thrown out of a window, landed on the concrete, and he's still able to kind of walk. That's a big ass deal. The fact that he's even alive after he landed he hit the car when he fell out of because he fell stories. He threw him out the window, but they was at least 5 stories up, y'all. And he managed to still, even after he hit the car, and then landed on the cement block to mark where a car space is supposed to be, he still was living. Out here still kind of walking. It rotates between his crutches and the wheelchair. This man, goddamn near indestructible. Because a lot of people can't survive that. Especially because he was already a little bit older when that happened. He's even older now. So,
문제인데요.
Somebody was watching him from above saying, not today, not my descendant. And I'm like, I know that's right.
거긴 사람도 죽인 하나가 5억이야. 만일 한국에서 우리 사업이 틀어지면 너랑 나랑 이거 들고 곧바로 베트남으로 간다.
옛날에 나랑 같이 일했던 형인데 이번에 어떤 사람한테 5억 빌려줬는데 사기당했대.
양재정 아니야?
몰라. 자세한 건 안 물어봤는데 노숙자 명의였고 가짜 법인데. 일로 와.
네.
고맙다.
Like, this is about to get so good. I'm ready for episode 4. I'm ready. Because I can't wait to see the action scenes, because we kind of saw a few, but I just can't believe that our good sir, grandpa, if you will, he went through all that BS all over that man, aka Myeong-Gil, being a horrible employee, and he became partially disabled because of his bad deed. Like, and he was such a good boss, and I'm like, and you having beef with him and trying to kill him over money, and it just doesn't make any sense. That's just what's not making any sense. Just the whole thought process of this villain character, he doesn't really make sense. And maybe we'll finally get more on his story a little bit later, but he really doesn't make sense right now. But yeah, that's my reaction to Bloodhounds episode 3. And if you have stayed until the end of the video, I want to thank you so much for staying and watching. And if you are watching this on YouTube, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because we are on the long road to 1,000 subscribers. But right now, the goalpost is at 400, and every day we're getting a whole heck of a lot closer to that goal. And then also do not forget to give it a good thumbs up, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps the video get out to more people. And if you are watching this on Patreon, I want to thank you so much for being a patron. Again, your support is so very much appreciated, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.